What's up, Instagram? We are on eight, week eight, and final week of InBeatWin conversations. So we've been navigating what InBeatWin. Hey, Michelle. We've been navigating what means, and so we've decided to have some ballers on the call to just navigate the idea of what it means to um, remind yourself of your beat. And by beat, what we mean is so many times as athletes, or just to be honest, anybody who has goals and ambitions, um, you get caught up in all these things that you want to get to, and sometimes you'll have good days, sometimes you'll have bad days, and we forget that at the end of the day, if you put your head on the pillow and there's beat inside of you, you have won that day, and no matter how difficult, how good the day was, you just got to be grateful and know that you still got a story to tell the next day. And so in the middle of social media, where maybe we see people achieving goals that we want to get to, or we perhaps see the competition out there with regards to our craft, we can get blinded as to where we are today. And looking back into is, do I have beat inside of me? And it's interesting that when you go to the doctor, regardless of why you're there, no matter what, mild injury, severe injury, simple checkup, um, the first thing that they do is they check your pulse, and so what's going on inside of you is more important than the expression outside of you, and being able to have that the beat inside of you as a metric is actually what signifies how healthy your life is. And when that beat is off, uh, the doctors have to electrify you. If it's really off, they have to electrify you back into a regular rhythm, a regular beat, a regular heartbeat. And so we hope that this collection is a reminder, and whenever you're going through something difficult, it almost reminds you or electrifies you back into your regular beat. And what are the actual things that you should be looking forward to? The fact that you have food 3 times a day, the fact that you have a place to sleep at night, if you the fact that you have hot water, that's already a whole other level of a blessing. The fact that you have a family, the fact that you have siblings, that you can educate yourself, the fact that you survive the pandemic as it's still going on, those are all things that you should come back and say there's still beat inside of me, and although things might get tough or things might be really good, find a way to stay composed and align with your beat. And your beat also has special it also has special meanings, in the sense that some of your beats might be more of a passionate person, maybe you'll be a more curious person, maybe you're more of an empathetic person. And being able to identify within yourself what are your actual beats and what do you express, the things that come from inside of you, that's what we actually want to project with the collection of InBeatWin. And so today we have the final guest. He is another co-founder of Infinite Ballers. His mind is fascinating, but his heart is even better. And so you don't necessarily get to choose your family, but I think this is one of the people that I will call family, and he's always been there with me in my most difficult times. And so I'm excited for you guys to meet Ivan Blaskic. A lot of you, if you've been around with Infinite Ballers, you know of him, but today you're gonna get the chance to hear him. So Blagi, can you request? Because I'm still okay. Maybe I can request. By week 8, I finally learned how to request people in. Let's see. What's up, Hyro? Moran, what's good, brother? Oh my goodness, there he is. Can you hear me, bro? I said, can you hear me? I guess we're gonna have to pray for the Wi. You're freezing though. Is there any way to
But you can
get to a
hear me,
place
right?
with better Wi-Fi?
Yeah, let's try
I can
that.
kind of hear you. This is just a regular Croatian um, technical difficulties. If you guys saw last week, at least Blackie showed up. Last week, Abra was all over Zoom looking for us while we were trying to do an IG live. Jairo said internet in Croatia is not working. Nah,
Is it any better?
a little bit.
Yeah, just keep me
A little,
posted
I,
and let me know when it's.
where are you? Where are you? Oh, okay. So you're using the Wi-Fi from the mall? Are you are you using the Wi-Fi from the mall? It's getting better. Can you hear me? The good thing is you're giving time for people to come in. So I guess I'm gonna just have conversations with the people. Let's see. Who do I know from the chat? Danny. Do I know Danny? Barg. I know Jairo. Uh, I know Susana. Susana, you still on? What's good? Love Players joined. Okay, so you
How
can
is
hear
it
me
now?
fine.
Yeah, I hear
I
you
hear you,
perfectly
and then
fine.
you start talking. This is gonna be a whole experience.
Nah. Yeah, it's
No, I
lagging
think
too
it's better.
much. I don't know why though.
It's
It's
just
better.
Croatia. Yeah, yeah. Go back to where you were. Yeah, maybe the hoodie helps.
Yeah. Here, good.
Stay there. Stay there. Stay there.
Yeah, I want more. I want more. Is it good?
Don't move. It's good enough right now. What?
Okay. Okay.
Am I good? Am I good on your end?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now you froze.
Huh?
Now you froze.
Yeah, I know. You're froze too. Something is against us, bro. Wait. They won't
Right there.
stop
Right
us.
there.
Hey.
Don't move. Don't move. Don't move.
Okay,
All
let's
right.
do it.
Don't. Laggy, if you move from that spot, we're gonna lose it all. We're gonna lose the beat.
No, I won't move. Rain is not helping me though, but it's okay.
Is your phone getting wet?
Yeah. Yeah, I get. This is good, I think.
All right. So first of all, they were asking, is it cold in Croatia? There was a question from the people watching.
So today it was hot. It was very hot. It was a nice weather, and then all of a sudden some type of storm hit us, and then now it's crazy. It's raining. It's cold. So I guess it's not a normal night, but usually it's pretty warm now.
What time is it over there?
So right now it's 10 p.m.
10 p.m. All right, cool. All right. So while we have Wi-Fi, let's just get into hearing Blaggy
Yeah, let's do it.
so that we don't lose.
Let's do it until I'm not wet, completely wet.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. So last in between conversation, we are gonna have pre-orders coming up next week. Early next week, pre-orders will be coming up. So Blaggy, you are the last to talk to us about InBeatWin, and so let's get right into the first question, and we're gonna go with: can you share with us the moments in which you recognize that you are offbeat, and what does that even mean to you? Okay. Were you able to hear that question?
Yeah. I heard it.
All right. Cool.
Great question. I was just laughing to buy myself more time to prepare my answer. that's a that's a tool
You
that I
know,
use
every time, sorry to interrupt. Every time that somebody says great question or repeats the question, I feel like they're just buying themselves time.
That's true. That's true. At least in this case. So yes, time when I realized that at times I'm seeing people entering, so they distract me. But times when I realized that I'm out of beat. That was the question, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's for me it's the times when I either uh, react in a way that I don't like myself to react. So, for example, in a practice, when I scream at a teammate, but like in an ugly manner, or when I say something bad to coach, like to myself, but something out of madness, or it can be in traffic, when I yell at other person from my car, and I'm like, it's like it's the moments when I want to do like a mean or a bad actions, or in a moments when I already do those bad actions. That's the moments when I realize, oh shit, like I gotta reset. Like this is not me. This is not good.
Mm.
I'm being self-destructive, and I have to do some type of reset.
That's such a good answer because we've all been there where we want to either yell at our teammate, yell at our coach, yell at our brother or sister, yell at our parents, yell at our classmate, yell at our coworker, and we probably do a lot of the time. But it's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I want to say that like one big one that I kind of skipped. It's also when I overthink. When I catch myself, like I don't know. It can be before a big game, or it can be before a huge meeting. You're meeting. I don't know. Recently, I have a lot of these meetings in a new and serious environments, and you start to think like what's gonna happen, like what do I have to say, what they're gonna ask me, am I gonna answer right,
Mm.
so you start to you start to get tired thinking about all of these things that are just like your imagination, like
Yeah.
you just gotta be you just gotta get there and do your thing, and there's no really a reason to think so much. So overthinking is another one
Gets you offbeat.
that when I that gets me off beat, and when I realize that I'm overthinking, I'm like, yeah, nah, stop.
That's good. And actually, now that you bring up like all these expressions that we do to other people, do you ever feel like you're offbeat towards yourself? Like you're actually mean to yourself, or you yell to, and you might not yell to yourself, but like your brain might be bringing you down. Is that another way to be offbeat, or I don't know? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Like there's like these times when how would explain if in words to let me get back to that, Moran. If you can pin that question or something, Andres, so we can get back to it
Let me see.
later.
You answer the question, I'll find a way to pin.
Yeah, but definitely, like, if I understood your question, yeah, bravo. If I understood your question well, like, then the answer would be, I catch myself being auto-destructive in like many different ways.
Auto-destructive?
Like for example, like, yeah, like yeah. I guess it's self-explanatory. If not, like when for example, like I get this, like I want to eat everything that I have sweet in my house, and
Yeah.
that's the moment when I realize like this is definitely not good for me. Like I'm just hurting like I'm just doing harm to myself for no reason. It's okay to eat like 2 chocolates, but when you like intentionally want to eat everything that you have, and you know that if you eat one more, like you're gonna feel so bad, but you still eat it. So that's one example. But like overthinking is another one. Like you like instead of just letting it go, you think 10,000 different scenarios, and that's another one
That's true.
I can think of.
You got me thinking, because like now I wonder if the moments that we yell at other people is more that like we might not be comfortable with something from within us, and we just express it because maybe we see it in somebody else. Um, but anyways, that you always
That's how
go
I
ahead.
feel about it. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Like I realize that whenever like someone else makes me mad, like you know, I told you this once, but that's how I think about it. Like when somebody gets me mad, and like if I try to fight them or if I try to yell at them, I feel like like postman brought the bills, you know, I don't know, like electricity bills to me, and they are too high, and then I fight the postman for no reason, you know, like he just brought the bills. So that's how I feel about like other people making me mad, you know, like they just brought me the letter and it's saying like you're out of balance, you're out of beat,
Yeah.
and I should really just take in that message and not overreact and not so whenever I overreact, it's like I it's not because of anybody else, and like it's because of me not being in balance. That's how I feel about it.
That's so good. You know, I was talking to Dunya the other day, and she was saying like, I said some sort of story, and she was like, "You're so good at bringing outside stories that may have nothing to do with what we're talking about, but to simulate the meaning of what you're trying to say." And I was like, "It's because I talked to Blaggy so much. We just talked about the postman and the letters, but that's exactly what I meant and what you meant, and that was such a good example." Um, all right, so do
Yeah,
we
yeah,
answer
yeah.
do we answer Moran's questions or do we go to the next question? What do you want to do?
But let's answer Moran's. So I can give you three words. So I would definitely say it's community, football, and empathy for me. That's how I like on top from top of
In that
my
in that order?
mind.
In
That's
that order?
so I would say. Did I say football, and
Yeah,
then
you said community, football, and
community, and then
empathy.
empathy? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like that.
How do you feel about that, Moran?
He likes it. He's putting the hearts.
Just put in the hearts, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I guess
that's his.
for me, it would just be our. I think the three words that we try our best to execute, which is educate, connect, and inspire. And I think the words that you mentioned go into that. Because when we connect people, it's the community. We educate people on soccer, and I think we inspire people to be open minded. And I think that empathy that you're talking about, empathy is probably the highest level of inspiration because you can see other points of views outside of yours. So I hope that was a good answer for you, Moran. Uh, and then before we lose Blaggy to either the rain or the Wi-Fi, we only got one more. We only got one more question for you, bro. Can you, now that we talked about when you catch yourself off beat, which was an exceptional answer, how do you attempt to get back into beat when you realize that you're off beat?
Can you hear me well? Just to make sure you do.
Yep.
Okay, that's good. This was really the question. I wasn't buying myself time. And so, yeah, in those in those moments, what I do, yeah, I realize like this is not me. Like I shouldn't really do what I intend to do, or like I should get back into the beat, or I should just reset myself. How I said earlier, in those moments, what I do usually, I firstly like I try to like I either smile, you know, I smile to myself, you know, because I realize like, uh, you know, I caught myself getting out of balance. So I smile, and then I also a lot of times I just like breathe in and breathe out deeply, you know, and
Oh,
that's like the first thing that I try to do, and then I do it now, and then the next step like that depending on the situation, you know, and this is a secret tool, and this is why I really love InBeatWin collection, and I think it's so great that we put a lot of attention to those three words, but then I really try to like feel my heartbeat. I really try to connect it to my beat. I really try to feel my heartbeat in those moments. And is this it's something that helps me out a lot because it just uh, it just makes me feel more connected in a way, and it gives me like when you I don't know, we can try it now like for a second to do it. But if you get so relaxed that you can hear and feel your heartbeat, I feel like that just gives you some type of tranquility, some type of calm. And from that state, like I feel that I have so much I feel I'm in so much better shape to deal with whatever is going on around, so
That's so beautiful, man.
so that's how I would
So
answer.
beautiful. Um, yeah, I feel you so strongly because the day has so many things going on and regular responsibility, and so like we're almost constantly working on the beats that are outside of us. Um, Still are things that we've chosen, but they're outside demands. And I love when you say to just go back and just calm yourself down until you can feel your actual heartbeat, because then you start doing all these responsibilities from the foundation of your personal beat, and you're not doing it for anybody else's beat. And I think that's when we perform our highest levels and our highest moments of creativity come around. And as in the sport, when things are going 100 miles per hour, it's your ability to cope in that speed, but inside of you to be composed. And can you be in a Premier League game and be focused on your beat and have that word tranquility that you said. Um, and that's so difficult. That's so difficult because I have a hard time with it, just on an everyday basis. Um, and then the other word that really stood out was that the reset button. And I remember I think I shared this with you in the curriculum. It's like when the Wi-Fi is not like your Wi-Fi, because the Wi-Fi is not working at home. And one of the things, because I don't know anything about technology, I'll go and I'll just hit the reset button or unplug it and plug it back in. And absolutely nothing changed from inside the wiring. I didn't get a new modem. I didn't get a new core. I didn't get a new house to plug it in. I just unplugged it and plugged in. How many times has that actually worked? Every single time. And so sometimes it's just the ability to take the beat as low as possible and then come back to a beat. And it actually gets my Wi-Fi working better than it was before. So the idea of reset is something that is so powerful and we forget in the hectic days. Blagi, last thing before, go ahead. You're going to add something?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, like you're coming, you're kind of, I think, lagging a little bit. So, like, I wanted to say something, and then it seems like I interrupt you, but it's just because of lag. But yeah, one thing that kind of like crossed my mind now when you brought the bad Wi-Fi example, plugging in and plugging out and plugging in again. I feel like what really changes is that like you reset that device, and now like it just starts working again. And like when we as humans, when we kind of reset and when we do that reset to ourselves, it brings you back to the place where you can again act from whatever your intelligence is, so I love it because like it's not necessarily the key for all of the success in the world, but it just gives you the best chance to act in the best way. So like it gets me back to the state where I can be in the best focus possible. I can have the best intuition possible, and I can have the best intelligence possible. So I still have to do all of this other stuff to improve those three, but it just gives me the best chances to use these three effectively, I feel like.
Yes. And that's a word that actually none of the other conversations brought up, the word reset. I think it's so nice that we're finishing actually with the reset button, or a reset conversation. And I hope that whenever somebody's wearing a hoodie, and it's right there in your chest in front of you, somebody's gonna see the word in between And I hope that resets the people that are walking by and know about the story. And if not, when they ask, I hope that if somebody comes and asks you, Blackie, what does that mean? I hope that after you're able to tell the story, it resets them into their most inner passions, their most inner creativity, into their most calm tranquility state. So, Blackie, last thing is, what is one thing that you would advise anyone watching this? And this would be perhaps either parents of soccer players, this could be soccer players, this could be any type of youth, anyone that maybe has been involved with sports. What is one thing of advice that Blackie himself, not even Infinite Ballers, just Blackie would advise any human?
Sorry, can you just repeat that question in a short way, because I couldn't hear it well. It was like
one piece of advice that you would give anybody that comes across and you will only see once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would. Thank you. I would say that. I would say that I would advise people to really follow follow their beat. You know, follow their intuition and follow. I would tell them to follow whatever, like wherever their path is guiding them, just follow it, be decisive on it. Like, you know, if you pick one, stick to it, have this crazy belief in your path, and try to be as original as possible. You know, just like be yourself, man. Like man, woman. You know, be yourself. Do it your way. Be unique and follow your path. You know, follow your beat. Whatever other people might think, whatever you think other people might think, just like don't think about it. You know, like stop, man. Just be yourself. Do your thing. You know, and that's success itself. You know, don't wait success to find you. It's already there. I think in just in that way of acting and living.
That's so good. That's so good. Follow your path, your intuition, be decisive, and be yourself. Amazing, amazing advice. That's almost the definition of in between. I can't say the only definition, because all the other ballers gave some amazing definitions. So Blackie, thank you so much, brother. If you ever are having a tough day, if you're ever having too good of a day, get back, reset. Remember that if there is beat inside of you, there's still a story to tell from Blackie, and we are so blessed to be able to hear a little bit from Blackie's story. Go back to shopping, whatever you were doing. Hopefully you're not too wet. And brother, thank you for coming on onto the live. I love you, man, and I'll talk to you soon.
Love you too, brother. Thank you for patience, and thanks everyone for patience with us tonight.
Yeah. Yes.
Ciao, brate. Thank you for having me. Love
Take
you.
care, brother. Love you too, man.